What is a polygon? A dead parrot. Polygon, polygon. All right, friends, we are going to need our composition notebook. And if you have any colored pens or markers or anything different colored, you can use that. So bring them here. We'll probably need at least 3 different colors. And if you just have a pencil, that's completely fine. So I'm going to share my document camera. We are going to open up to our informative paragraph 4-16. So this was on Monday. I wish we would have labeled it birds, but that's all right. I kind of made some notes at the top. But if you take a look, we had informative paragraph 4-16. So that's why it's so important to label your title. Informative paragraph 4-16, or if you wanted to, we could even put beaks, because this paragraph is about what? Beaks. I'm going to underline it too. So it was our paragraph about beaks. Let's reread our paragraph. Birds' beaks help them survive in many ways. Some birds have stabbing beaks. These beaks stab the bird's prey. Other birds have prying beaks. These beaks help the bird to pry apart the scales of pine cones. Birds' beaks allow them to hunt and find food. So same thing we did yesterday, but we're going to do it with our own paragraph that we wrote. So we're going to identify the topic sentence, the 2 detail sentences, the 2 detail sentences, and the conclusion. So at my house, I could round up a highlighter, a red pen, a blue pen, and a pencil. So I'm actually going to show you a couple different ways. If only you have a pencil, I will show you how to do what we can do. So first, let's think about our topic sentence. Where does the topic sentence come? At the top of the sentence, right? At the top of the paragraph, it's the very first sentence. So birds' beaks help them survive in many ways. If I only have a pencil, I'm gonna box this. So you can highlight this in a different color. You can underline it in a different color. I'm gonna box this because say some of you guys don't have different colors at your house, no worries. I'm gonna box it so that way I know that it is the topic sentence, right? It's the topic sentence. So I'm gonna box this. If you guys have a highlighter, you can highlight it. So what is our topic sentence? Birds' beaks help them survive in many ways. So it's kind of gonna be like a different type of code. Now, say, I'm going to use my blue pen now. If you're just using pencil, you can underline the next 2 detail sentences, or you can make swirls. Actually, I'm going to stick in pencil, so that way you guys, those of you who only have pencil, I can kind of help you make kind of like a different design, so that way you can identify the topic sentence. Birds' beaks help them survive in many ways. What do you think this paragraph is going to be about? Probably birds' beaks, right? Yeah, if you said that, I'm pretty sure that's what this whole paragraph is going to be about, because it says it right there in our topic sentence. Birds' beaks. What type of beaks? Birds help them survive in many ways. So what do the beaks do? They help them survive in how many ways? In a few at least. This is many ways, but we're going to probably at least have a few. All right. Some birds have stabbing beaks. That next sentence, what kind of sentence does that sound like? A detail sentence? Yeah, so I'm actually gonna do some squiggle lines. So you should have skipped lines, so that way you had that extra line to do this with. All right, I'm gonna make little squiggles. Go back over them. So some birds have stabbing beaks. That is a detail sentence. It's telling us about those beaks. So the following sentence after some birds have stabbing beaks, what do you think that sentence is going to be about? probably a little bit more detail about stabbing beaks, right? What type of beaks? Stabbing beaks. So let's read. These beaks stab the bird's prey. Oh, of course, yeah. So it's telling us that stabbing beaks, some birds have stabbing beaks, and what do they do with their stabbing beaks? It allows the birds to basically hunt, to stab its prey. So I'm going to make swirls under this sentence as well, because these two sentences go together. They're like peanut butter and jelly. They go together, my friends. They go together. What else goes together? Macaroni and cheese. Xander, for some reason on the Zoom chats, you say pickles and peanut butter. Just kidding. Let's see. Ooh, plants and soil. Those go together. What else goes together? Milk and cookies. Oh, yeah. Think about something that's not food. Cars and gas, or cars and oil. They go together. So these two sentences go together because this first detailed sentence is, some birds have stabbing beaks. We were so informative, that's why we're writing our informative paragraph. We were so informative that we're like, hey, we can't just leave it at that. We can't just say some birds have stabbing beaks. We're gonna actually tell them about the stabbing beaks. So these beaks stab the bird's prey. It allows the birds to hunt, right? So let's take a look at our next sentence. Other birds have prying beaks. So other birds have what? Other birds have prying beaks. Okay, so those of you who still have the pencil, let's see. Maybe I'll circle the words. Other birds have prying beaks. So what type of beaks do they have? Prying beaks. Yeah, they have prying beaks. So what do you think the following sentence, after this sentence, other birds have prying beaks, what do you think the following sentence is going to be about? Think it's going to be about stabbing beaks? No, it's going to be about prying beaks. These beaks help the bird to pry apart the scales of pine cones. Oh, it is. So this sentence goes with the first sentence. So I'm going to circle every word. So if you don't have a couple different colors to highlight these, you're completely fine. If you were to have different colors to highlight these, you would highlight, maybe say you would highlight the topic sentence in yellow. I can also do it for my folks who have different colors. So I could say, oh, birds' beaks help them survive in many ways. For our first two detailed sentences, maybe I would underline it in red, right? And then maybe other birds have prying beaks. I would do it in blue to show that these two sentences are together. But if you only have a pencil, then you can box it, you can squiggle it, and you can circle them. So birds' beaks help them survive in many ways. So these two detail sentences, the red and the blue, or the squiggles and the circles, are telling us about birds' beaks and how they help them survive. So in the red, it's saying, oh, look, they have stabbing beaks. They have stabbing beaks. That is so important. I'm actually going to kind of box it. They have stabbing beaks. And they help the bird stab its prey. Other birds have what? Oh, prying beaks. Oh, yes, of course. They have prying beaks. These prying beaks help the bird to pry apart scales of the pine cones. So we have our topic sentence, the yellow. We have our first two detailed sentences in red. We have our second two detailed sentences in blue. What is left now? What is this? Birds' beaks allow them to hunt and find food. It's going to be the conclusion. So I'm going to do it in pencil just in case some of you don't have any other colors. Birds' beaks allow them to hunt and find food. I'm going to put circles underneath, dots. Birds' beaks allow them to hunt and find food. Right? Birds' beaks allow them to hunt and find food. Awesome. So we have in our informative paragraph, we have the topic sentence in yellow. We have a detailed sentence, 2 detailed sentences in red, 2 detailed sentences in blue, and the conclusion, the final sentence in just pencil. Birds' beaks allow them to hunt and find food. So we broke up this paragraph into its parts. We know that when it was on the 9th, we basically planned out. We planned out our informative paragraph. We wrote our informative paragraph, and then we went back and we identified the different parts of our paragraph. Even though they're right here, remember focus statement or topic sentence, same thing, either or, tomato, tomato, you know this, friends, like sight words, learned word, heart words, high frequency words, they're all the same. So focus statement or topic sentence, 2 detailed sentences, 2 detailed sentences, and a conclusion. Awesome job, guys. Good job, my friends. You did good, and that's all for today. I will have you guys take a picture of this so that way I know you wrote out your informative paragraph and that you identified the 4 different parts.